Systems on. Three screen. AZ Stevens. Clear for launch. Hands tied, lights flash, red to green. Every breath is gasoline. Code and chaos, pixels and pain. One mistake and you're out of the game. Screens glow bright, heat in my face. Digital track, physical race. Robin's voice cutting through the crowd. Send it, baby, we're running proud. No reset, no second chance. Heartbeat syncs with the engines dancing the noise. I find my calm, adrenaline's my song. Full send nation, burn the line. Every lap we redefine. No fear, no hesitation. Stevens Motorsport domination. Full send nation, rise again. Full send nation, rise again. 40 cars deep, daylight fades. We ride the storm that the engine made. No walls hold when the dream's in gear. You don't drive fast, you disappear. Set up sheet tape to the dash. Tuned by code and a flash of cash. Sweat drips down, white knuckles burn. This ain't practice, it's my turn. Grip the wheel, feel the grind. Chasing ghosts through the online mind. Every lap a brand new war. I ain't lifting anymore. Full send nation, red line ride. Fuel on fire, hearts collide. Triple screen thunder breaking the chain. We don't quit, we live insane. In gears we trust. In rubber we pray. For every wreck, another day. You better hold that line, AJ. Full send. Full send. Full send nation, flag held high. Daytona dreams will never die. Stevens Motorsports built to win. Light that fuse and send it again. Full send nation, crank that sound. Engine scream, the world spins round. From the grid to the finish flame, we own the night. Remember the name. Yeah. Stevens Motorsports. Full send forever. Engines live, telemetry synced. Stevens Motorsports, lock it in. Fuel in my veins, fire in my chest. Every heartbeat's louder than the rest. The rig's alive, the lights go green. This is
Good evening, everybody. We are back for another round of the YESCAR Truck Championship from Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. We are using the super speedway version of the oval, not the typical 1.5 mile layout. We got about 30 trucks in here, so should be a really good race tonight. Got some new faces, got a lot of the original faces. Uncle Eric decided to join the league, so I'm kind of excited to see how he does today. Oh, it was a daytime practice, but a nighttime race? That's trippy. I love it. Atlanta under the lights. All right, well, I'm going to get some race info up while I'm doing that. Dennis is going to go over your points leaders, top 3 at least, and we'll get that covered.
So as of right now, coming into tonight, I should say, Connor Wallback leads by 8 points over Garrett Bobo, who's sitting second. Aiden Laney is, what would that be? Let me double check, make sure I'm giving the right info here. I think he's 12 back. Yeah, he's 12 back from Connor, 4 points back from Garrett. So it is a tight battle through the top 3. A tie for 4th place between Michael Adamson and Tyler Stratton, and they are only 14 points back. So those two are only 2 points back from 3rd place. So we have a very tight battle within the top 5 entering tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a hell of a battle up front. I think it's gonna get really interesting around here. Usually we race the trucks during the daytime around this place, so the fact that it's a night race makes things interesting, especially being the fact that it's 65 degrees in the air right now. Makes it 80 on the track. These guys got 80 laps, 1 fast repair, 3 sets of tires, and if I remember correctly, Dennis, fuel's at 45%.
40%.
Oh, 40% for tonight. So that's going to make things even all the more interesting. So we'll see how the racing goes. It's been pretty clean so far. We've had a lot of good green flag runs in this league. They do things a little bit differently in YESCAR. So, with your qualifying, you're allowed to qualify no matter what. But if your I rating is under, I think it's under 1500, they move you to the back for the initial start, which I don't know. Does it maybe help or hinder? I don't know.
A track like this, I don't think it matters. Passing's going to be a premium, though, with this being the super speedway style.
Right.
Once you get 2x2, not a whole lot of room to make moves forward. And you were right, it was 45.
That's what I thought. I thought it was 45. So how we doing, Nate? How we doing, Stoku? Yeah, I think, we were talking a little bit before the start of the broadcast how these guys are, clipping below the apron. I think we're going to see a lot of chaos coming off of the tri-oval.
Yeah, with them using that apron on the front stretch, it's going to get very crowded entering 1, so we'll see how these guys react to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to make things really, really interesting. So
we've seen officials around here, because in officials there's no out of bounds rules, where it gets crowded quick and jam ups happen and people trying to blend back up in the track, and normally the big one happens in the quad oval here.
Yeah, for sure.
Which reminds me, they do have 1 fast repair.
Yeah, so at least, we'll see everybody kind of in the race for quite a while here with 1 fast repair, but the trucks also seem to take a lot more damage than some of the other cars.
Yeah, the trucks are a little more resilient. Just like with the late model stocks that I run on Monday nights and broadcast Those cars are kind of like the trucks with their damage model. They can take a beating, but once they get to the point of abusing them too much, they give up all at once.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I think, and this is where, you know, we were talking about this earlier today, the damage model in the 87s. There's certain times where you can hit something and it's good, but for whatever reason, the speed will be off, obviously. And then there's times where it's bad, and things just kind of hit the fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can brush a wall the same way twice. One time you're fine, the next time it rips the right front off. So
Right.
it's a double-edged sword.
Sometimes you flip down the back stretch at Daytona and you're fine. And then sometimes you flip down the back stretch at Daytona and the car literally falls apart.
Like the saying goes, sometimes it may be good.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. God damn you, Keith. You're so funny. Rickle, I hope nobody backs down the track at you, bud. Oh, some issues in race. Not sure what that's all about, but how much time we got left here, Dennis?
3 minutes.
All right. I knew we were a little early on getting things started. Keith, not a whole lot. Last stream for the week before I go hunting, so that'll be awesome. But how we doing, Joe? Oh my God, Keith. You're funny. You are funny. You're hysterical. Hey Dennis, did I tell you Keith's here?
I see Keith is here.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you knew Keith was here. Not Mr. Keith says yes. No, that is not the man. You know, everybody knows that when I say Keith's here, who I'm talking about. So but right now Travis Trussell on the top of the board.
After the Rogaine comment, all I can think about is the parody song of Rogaine that was made from Johnny Cash's I don't know if I can even say the song name.
I'm trying to think.
Certain broadcasting platforms.
Maybe not.
White Powder.
Oh, yes. Joe, I'm assuming that you're doing the WNIS instead of in here. That's my guess. I don't. Oh no, you are in here. You're in 7th. Jesus, how did I miss that?
Yeah, he's in here.
I figured he was gonna do the WNIS. That's fair, Joe. That is fair. I know JD's gonna run, I think, tomorrow night in the open, which will be cool. He's got a big announcement coming during the start of his stream for the Open, so I don't think anybody's going to want to miss out on that. So make sure if anybody's watching this, if you're going to watch tomorrow night for the WNS, go give JD some love for sure, because I think he's going to be pretty geeked. And I think most everybody's going to be pretty geeked for him as well. So
Me and AJ ran the Open earlier today, and we had a really good run going.
yeah, we did. We had a really good run. I will say that setup is straight fire. So I was pretty happy about that. But we've got we're starting to grid up here, so we're gonna go ahead and get through it. Travis Tressel gonna put it on the pole with a 31.354. Rickle just gonna barely miss out on it, so he's gonna start second. Wayne Whitley's gonna start third. Aiden Laney to his outside. Connor Walbeck is fifth. Jonathan Wade sixth. Joe Sullivan's gonna start seventh. Tyler Bryan is gonna be eighth. Josh Laughlin is ninth. Brian Kearney, B3 himself, gonna start 10th. Taco John gonna start 11th. Ty Smith is 12th. Going back a little bit further, Tyler Staton is 13th. Ken, I'm gonna murder your name, Ken, but I think it's Luge is gonna start 14th. Eric Dillingham gonna start 15th. Riley Romeo 16th. Randy Wood 17th. Andrew Winans is 18th. Cameron Taylor's 19th. Jeremy Boz is 20th. Michael Norman 21st. Woodrow Bryant is 22nd. Juan Velez is 23rd. Damon Pacheco is 24th. Garrett Bobo is starting 25th. Josh Dillaha is 26th. Jackson Duke 27th. Ryan Perron is 28th. Jaden McGowan is 29th. William Clark 30th. Donovan Miller 31st. And Braden Drury is going to start 32nd. So we got 32 drivers on the grid for tonight. We'll go ahead and get that back up. We'll pay some bills with some logos, and we'll get the track map up.
I'm just happy that you said Mr. Dillaha's last name correctly.
I know. I murder his last name every time. So that's my bad. Sometimes I accidentally murder some names, and that's my fault.
It's no worse than me on Monday nights. Monday nights I'm awful.
It happens. It happens. Especially when you don't know the guys on a regular basis. It makes it a little tougher, but we get through it. We move on.
I do like Joe's paint.
Let me look. Oh, I like that. That looks sharp. I'm not gonna pick anybody. Everybody's sick of me picking people. It's become a joke so bad that I'm sure Ron will pop in at some point and ask me who my pick is for tonight, and I won't pick them because I don't want to. I don't want to cause anybody any chaos and stress. All right. Well, the pace car should dive off here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not picking anyone either. Just for the driver sanity.
And we're green flag racing. Side by side down through the tri-oval, headed down into turn number 1. Travis Tressel gonna hold the lead. I've got to imagine that, once these guys really start getting some momentum built up, we may see the outside go to work, but it sounds like Rickle missed a shift. He forgot that fourth gear was an option. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. I'm not really sure. Maybe they only got 3 speeds up there. I know you're listening, Rickles, so joke's on you. Ha. Travis Trussell continues to lead. Wayne Whitley is running in second. And here comes Rickle. He's finally found fourth gear, and he's got Aiden Laney right behind him in that 13 truck. See if they can get the momentum moving forward.
Yeah, I think with the cooler track temp, once the outside lane gets wound up, they'll be able to use the side draft and really affect that bottom lane. But it's going to take a couple laps, get some heat in the tires.
Ooh, we're 3 wide across the start-finish line. Wayne Whitley's on the bottom. He checked up just a little bit, or otherwise him and Travis Trussell were headed to the back. Kyle Wilson, Rickle Fratz, he's going to go to the lead.
Getting a nice push by Aiden Laney.
Yeah, he is. I don't think diving to the bottom's the call. I really think that mid-line is kind of where you want to be.
I like the mid-line because it doesn't give anyone an opportunity here in the quad oval to cut underneath you.
True.
As you see Aiden Laney and Rickle France, they jumped to that bottom, and the middle lane's kind of stalled out at the moment with Travis Trussell jumping up to try to lead a charge back forward.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to go up there and roll back around the front. But it looked like he just kind of stalled.
14 of Wade behind him.
Man, that tri-oval is treacherous.
You see how much these trucks dart around in that quad oval there.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody, it's almost like when they get to the tri-oval, that they kind of just pick their own lane. And instead of like, okay, let's all follow down around the bottom. Sure, point and shoot, have fun.
Yeah, it becomes...
Ooh, Wayne Whitley gets Travis Trussell there.
Yeah, and I think that's another situation we're running into is because that quad oval, it's two sharp angles you're turning. I think it's getting these trucks loose when they're, or tight, I should say, when they're side by side, and it's pulling each other.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that the side draft pulls things left and right, and makes things interesting already. So when you have this big fan out in the tri-oval, like as you see Rickle and Aiden Laney kind of stay right together instead of fanning out like crazy, that's going to let them pull a little bit of a gap and get a little bit more comfortable out in front. We also see Connor Walbeck starting to come through the field.
Yeah, I seen Rickle and Aiden Laney. They were working together quite a bit in practice, so I think they trust each other, and they got quite a bit of drafting practice, and they know right where to keep each other comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of running a good run here, or good line for the most part, but Laney is stuck right to the back of Rickle. Oh, and we got a crash! I do believe that's going to bring out the caution. There it is. We'll come back and take a look at that. We'll have to roll it back just a little bit because of when things came out. That looks like that started with B3. And it looks like a bad bump. Oh. Okay, so it actually wasn't B3. It was the bump to B3 that caused it. Looks like the 25 truck of Ty Smith.
Ty Smith.
He's going to give a bump to Rickle, and when he does, I think it kind of throws him off kilter. It lightens up that front end. He pops the wall, and then he's going to come down right all over the 13 truck. See Uncle Eric trying to check up for it. Eric gets ARCA brake by the 83. Wow, Eric getting ping-ponged around in that one.
Yeah, because of where the 83 was sitting, I don't think he saw, because he was out of the gas when he saw the guy to his left, but because he was so close, I think the truck in front of him kind of held the vision, so he got the 72 in the back of the 013 and then track blocker from there.
Yeah, that's all she wrote at that point. All right, I am going to step away for 2 seconds here, Dennis. So I will leave you with it for a minute because my wife just got done making me cookies.
I'm on my way. Oh, being stuck in a hotel room's never fun. Well, it can be fun, but when you're bored, there's only so much you can do. Yeah, like with all the hotels and stuff that I've been in for, obviously you've been in a lot more with your line of work, but with the military and stuff, like like I know how boring it can get. I've been stuck in hotels for military reasons, and they don't let me leave, so I have no choice but to be bored. Got a couple drivers here getting the wave around for a special circumstance at the start of this race, so.
All right, well, I'm back. Just because there was something that transpired inside of the server tonight, something that I want to address as well in here. The one thing that I will say is these guys run a very, very tight ship, and I can respect everything that they've done in this session tonight with what was said. That being said, the stream chat, and I know I usually don't have to say it for my regulars, but you know, if there's new people here, the one thing that we don't tolerate is discrimination towards other drivers and other people. And I commend the YESCAR guys for what they've done tonight. I won't elaborate on it too much here, but these guys have a lot of respect for humans in general. And what happened in session tonight should never happen. And like I said, that being said, you know, when it comes to other drivers, if you've got a driver in here, you know, by all means cheer for them. You know, that's what we're here for. But the one thing that I don't like to see in chat is when people get berated for situations and things like that. You know, racing incidents happen. We're not in the driver's seat. We're up here above it all. So if you have the inkling to make a comment, please don't. Let's keep it respectful for the guys that are racing in race, and for the guys that are, you know, people that are here that are families of those drivers. So, but I do believe we're getting ready to go green now.
Yep, they're sorting through a few things. They had a situation on the opening restart that they're trying to sort through. A couple of drivers got a wave around. So they're just trying to sort out the field right now. So they're just like NASCAR back in the early 90s when they went 30 laps under pace to make sure that they had the field set right. We want to make sure that the field and all the drivers are on an even playing field.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought a couple of guys missed the start or something.
When they started, something caused them to lag off the pack.
Gotcha.
So that's what they're trying to correct, is that situation there.
Like I said, I knew there was some goofiness because of what I saw.
Yeah, we got a couple guys, it looks like about 6 or 7 guys that are single file off the back of this pack. They had to come down multiple times and fix damage or get their fast repair and stuff, so that's why they're single file off the back of this pack.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't think we've actually lost anybody. I know Jonathan Wade is just getting off of pit road. So I don't think anybody's lost. So we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing. And Rickle's going to take the lead right off the rip. We'll see if Aiden Laney gets right behind him, and he does. So
Top 5 got a good jump. Rest of the field 2x2 behind them.
You know, I am starting to peep one driver that I like his chances here. I'm not going to say who it is, but he's running fourth. I'll say that. Yeah, the top five are going to check out here in a second. I think if these guys stay single file, I think that's the best for them if they can get away from Connor Wolbeck, your points leader.
Well, now that Connor's single filed out as well, I think he's going to get the toe of the front five. And he's already pulling that.
He's going to bring Joe Sullivan forward with him.
We're pretty much single file through the first 15 drivers, so.
Well, if that's the case, I think next lap we do a crank it up. What do you think, Dennis?
As we got one spun in turn 3.
Looks like they spun down pit road. Looks like Garrett Bobo. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a crank it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this thing up. We'll see you guys here in a couple of laps. Still green flag, 18 laps in out of 80. Something interesting.
One spun in turn 1 and 2. That's a 13 truck. He's low down the bottom, but still green.
Still rolls. Something interesting that I noticed. Joe Sullivan is back here in 20th. Wasn't he just up front?
Yeah. He was just right up there behind
Wallback.
Yeah. So I went back under that crank it up and looked at the contact descent Bobo down pit road. It was net code between him and Uncle Eric. There was about half a truck of net code between those two, and it got him in the left rear and hooked him. So
that'll do her. That will do her. I'm actually surprised. Everybody but the
three wide in the back of the front pack.
I thought I saw that.
There's still 3 wide.
You got Ty Smith, Riley Romeo, Randy Wood.
They get it sorted out going into 3. Rickle France and Aiden Laney still leading this front pack.
Thought I seen some movement back there by Taco. Starting to see a little bit of a second lane come to life. Travis Trussell literally just ripping the outside because he doesn't have to check up.
Got a lap car that's going to stay to the high side here. It's going to get really tight around this track.
Yeah, that's the 14 of Jonathan Wade. He did stay on pit road a little long to try to fix damage, so...
They're 3 wide coming up to him.
Wow.
They get it sorted out before they get to him.
The one car is going to be coming down pit road. I don't think he pitted on that stop. So, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Or he's got a penalty here, but... Ooh, I almost saw the 40 send the 77 into the outside wall there. That got really tight. But I'm looking at Travis Tressel. He's made it up to 4th by himself with no drafting help.
He's utilizing the side draft perfectly down the straightaways.
Yeah, then he gets off him in the corner and he doesn't have to check up.
Yeah, then gets on him on corner exit, pulls that truck that's on the inside away from the ones in front of him. Right now he's starting to get help on the outside, so that's only going to propel him farther.
Yeah,
Question is, with the 45% fuel load, where are these guys going to have to pit?
Yeah,
How far can they go?
I'm not sure because, you know, obviously we saw at, what was it, Kansas? They were getting about 20, 25 laps. We've pitted since then. Check the race data. I don't have when the last caution was, but
with this, I could pull it for you. With this being the super speedway style racing, it's going to be more off throttle than your traditional mile and a half.
Well, and that's the one thing about this is it's like a super speedway, but it doesn't totally race like one. It's very weird. Rickle called out he is pitting this time.
Yep, and they have to utilize pit road entry, which is off of 3 here.
Yeah, that really throws things into a loop.
You got Rickle, Aiden Laney, Wayne Whitley, Tyler Stratton, and B3 coming in. So a lot of your points leaders.
Sounds like somebody missed their pit entrance or something. Travis Tressel continues to lead.
Yep, that front pack stays out an extra lap here.
Sounds like they might be coming this next time. I don't know. I think if it's me, I'm going to try and stretch the fuel as long as I can, especially if this is going to stay possibly green.
Yeah, it's very difficult because of how this pit road is now. Do you come with help or do you want to come with the less numbers?
Right.
As these guys catch a lap car. Lap car is Pacheco.
3 wide.
Super tight going in.
Oh, God.
Contact with the lap car. Stays green.
He did straighten it out, but he was sideways in front of the field. These guys are still going to stay out.
Well, a lot of these, so you got to think, Aiden Laney, a lot of those guys that just came in, they were out front since the very beginning. They've led every lap. A lot of these guys have been buried in the pack. So how much can you save in a draft?
That's the other question. A 40 truck is going to come down. So that's Andrew Winans sitting in second.
There's a nice 4-car pack from 11th, 12th, 13th, and then they got a lapper. They've all got all organized here. Sounds like we have a truck stopped at pit entry.
Looks like that has cleared.
Yep. Travis Trussell stays out another lap.
I think that's smart. I think if you can really stretch this fuel, I think that's the play.
It makes me wonder if they didn't stop on that first caution, which was lap 10.
That's what I'm thinking as well. So you've got Tressel, Taylor, Romeo, Laughlin, Walbeck, Taco John, Randy Wood, Velez, Smith, Sullivan, and Dillingham, your top 11.
As Taylor from second comes down the pit.
Yep. He did call it out the last time around. They're all over the backside of Wayne Whitley. They've got the 2 truck of Donovan Miller that they're following as well.
That puts Connor up to 4th.
These guys got to be ready to pit here almost any time.
Laughlin's up to 3rd.
Ooh, and
really
he gets
tight.
close with the 2 truck. '51's called, he's pitting. Riley Romeo stuck on the high side. We've got a couple of trucks coming down together. Or...
No.
Nope, caution's out.
Yep, caution's out.
Gotta look and see. I do believe that was Braden Drury that crashed.
Yep, in the quad oval.
Yep, we're gonna back it up just a little bit. So he slows down in the corner, and the truck is loose from word go, which is really kind of weird around here. He kind of comes down, almost bounces off Eric.
I think there's net code between him and Eric,
I think so as well.
which is, again, another half a truck of net code.
He comes off the nose of Rickles, so Rickles got a little bit of damage after that, but just a little bit of... very, very interesting there. So you're going to have all your leaders come down pit road. The question is, how many guys are going to take a wave around?
Do you grab fuel or take a wave around and hope for a quick yellow?
I think I take a wave around, hope for a quick yellow. At least then I'm still on the lead lap. I'm stuck. I am stuck to my fuel. You know, we saw this last night with the NASCAR Throwback Series. It could go one way or the other. This may force a big issue here. So
Yeah. Jonathan Wade is going to get the lucky dog here. So he's going to be able to come down and get fuel. That's going to put Rickle, Aiden Laney, Cameron Taylor, and Tyler Stratton. So a couple of your big points leaders here in a really bad bind.
yeah. Josh Laughlin comes off pit road with the lead. Connor Walbeck's going to be second coming off pit road. Yeah, you get a whole bunch of guys that are going to take a wave around here. All right, let's get some race recap up. 36 laps in the books out of 80. Josh Laughlin is going to be your leader. 2 cautions. Only 2 cautions.
So a little bit of strategy being played here. Josh Laughlin is on fuel only, where Connor took 4.
I don't really think you need tires here.
I think short run it'll pay off because you don't have the heat in the tire.
True. Long run, though, it might work itself out.
Yeah. All these cars ahead of the leaders here getting a wave around.
Yep. Garrett Bobo is going to need 2 wave rounds because of him being 2 laps down after that spin earlier.
I got Garrett Bobo 5 laps down right now.
Oh, yeah, I guess he is. There's a couple of guys that are 2 laps down, and then he's 5. So, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, not a good day for someone coming into the points in the top 5.
No,
but
that...
still lots. We're not even halfway yet.
So... Well, the lights are out on the pace car. Josh Laughlin going to bring us through 3 and 4, and then we're going to get this race kicked back off. So almost halfway, though. We'll be 37 laps in when we take the green flag. So I think that is the one thing I do like about this series is because of the fuel, it almost forces a clean race.
It definitely changes your mindset.
Yeah, it really does. So, all right, we're going to hit the restart zone. Leader goes on green, and we are going.
Connor with a good jump, but he's got no help behind him.
Yeah, there's no help at all. Side by side through 1 and 2. Oh,
contact.
Connor
Connor's
into
in
the
the
wall
wall.
hard.
One guy. Oh, someone got
I
in the
don't
back of
even
him.
know what happened there. Wow, that is what a lot of those guys that were a lap down needed. So Connor gets a shot from Taco going into the corner. Trestle moves up. Connor winds up getting sideways. And then Connor just eats the outside wall. Which he was fine. But then here comes Ryan Perrone right into the back of him.
Yeah, I think Ryan got on the brakes to try to slow down, and when it did, it tightened the truck up and just sent him up the hill right in the back of him.
Right.
Because got drivers trying to sort out where they need to be, trying to get on pit road here.
Yeah, I think we're slowly getting things figured out. So a lot of these guys are going to stay out. The other half of the field's going to come in because now, they're on the lead lap. They'll get some damage fixed. I know we knew Rickle had a little bit there from that caution before.
Sadly, Connor's going to have to use his fast repair here because that truck was smoking. So.
That truck was junked. Yeah, Connor's got a new truck. Here he comes. So.
But Checo is going to get the lucky dog again this caution. So he goes 1 lap. Now he's only 1 lap down.
Yeah,
so.
he'll only be 1 lap down this time. So.
Which puts him in a good spot because he's the only car 1 lap down at this point. So.
Yeah, kind of locks him in there, and then we've got Braden Drury, Donovan Miller, William Clark, and looks like Ken Luge all going to be on the same lap. So it'll be based off of who gets back to the line first or who's where when the caution comes out.
Yeah, because so just strategy in your mind to think about if the 45 Checo happens to get into an accident or even gets a 0x trying to avoid a wreck, it bumps him out of it.
Right.
And then that battle right there becomes very important.
Yep. So we're going to stack the field 2 by 2. Lights on the pace car will go out. We'll get ready to restart again. I got to say that for a track that's supposed to be nighttime lit, it's not very bright.
No, it's really not.
Like, yikes.
In the trucks, it's not bad, but like from our point of view and looking from above, they got to do something with the lighting here.
Yeah, it's a bit dark, but I don't know. So your points leader going to restart in 14th position after that wild and vicious wreck.
So these guys were warned this last caution to keep the field tightened up. So They were having a couple people lag back. They were warned that if you lag back more than 2 truck lengths, that they were going to start penalizing you. So, trying to
Yeah.
keep these guys tighter.
And look who's made his way into the top 5.
I seen that.
Uncle Eric in his first start. He's going to run top 5. Josh Laughlin, Travis Tressel going to bring us to the green flag. Get into the restart zone. It'll be all on Josh Laughlin at that point to get this thing fired back off. And we're back underway.
Green is out.
Man, it looked like Laughlin spun right off the start. That's going to give it to Tressel.
And he's going to clear him going into 1. I don't know if the tire spun, if he just lagged back off of the green or...
Yeah, he kind of just looked like that rear end lifted up as he hit the gas. So Tressel's going to lead, followed by Laughlin, Smith, Romeo, Velez, Wade, John, Walbeck, Dillingham, and Sullivan.
One thing I have noticed is these trucks, once they get in a line, if you're about 5th or 6th in line, the checkups are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. But the fuel savings got to be insane.
Yeah.
Connor Wolbeck.
I think that's why we saw a lot of those guys go as long as we did, because there's
you're off throttle.
A big throttle difference between being that 5th car and that 1st car.
Yeah.
You're the first 2 in line, you're full throttle.
Oh, man, I almost saw 4 wide back there by Eric and Joe Sullivan.
There's still 3 going into the corner.
14 gets loose. Oh,
there's
no! Connor's in it again!
Oh, I saw Joe Sullivan get involved in that, too.
Yeah, we're going to have to come back and take a look at that.
I think it sounds like Aiden Laney caught some of that as well.
We're going to go back and take a look and see what happened. It kind of looked like Jonathan Wade just gets loose right here on entry. Oh, the 25 traveled a bit.
Yeah, 25 moves up a little bit. There's net code, but not an awful lot.
Connor's working to stay off the 14. He comes up into the outside wall. Connor gets a piece of it. Gets away pretty clean. Joe Sullivan gets rear-ended. The 2, oh my God. The ARCA brake from the 2 truck was just insane. That was a big hit. B3, Joe Sullivan, got the 49 truck.
He never hits the brake. He only lets off the gas.
Yeah, I kind of want to roll this back.
But there was a second incident that started behind these guys, and I think it was with the 08.
Yeah, he just merges with B3's truck, like, straight up. You said the 08?
Oh, no. So the second incident behind this was with Tyler Stratton and B3. So there was a second incident that occurred. That's what got Aiden Laney while that one was happening.
Well, I'm looking at B3. Oh, I see it.
I think the shallow entry pushed him up the track.
I think so too.
Not having that arc into the corner.
Wow, man, when you watch that from that angle, the 2 just full throttle. Wow. We'll see how many cars are left after that.
Yeah, because that I think
B3 looks like he's already back out, so I think we're good there. Connor's
Let me
fixing damage. Joe Sullivan fixing damage.
Let me do some NBC Fox
I
broadcasting here.
like it. I like it.
We had 12 trucks total involved in that one wreck.
Wow. Connor Walbeck just getting moving. We'll take a look at your points leader really quick. He looks fairly clean. I'm sure he's thanking his lucky stars, especially being the fact that he didn't have a fast repair left. So,
Yeah. So, I'd love to be able to get a graphic of, like, these are the trucks that had an X for that caution.
right.
That'd be a cool little thing, but that's asking a lot.
Maybe that's something we got to tell SDK, hey, we need this.
That'd be a cool little graphic to have.
I did look at ADVO, and yeah, because of their new pricing model, that's a ways out. They only do enterprise customers now.
Oh.
Yeah,
So they only do their top tier?
I guess. All right, Travis Trussell is going to get ready to bring us to the line as we get ready to come off of 4 here. We've definitely tightened up the groupings. We're off.
Travis Trussell with another great start.
Yeah. Starting to lose some trucks. We got 18 on the lead lap. Man. Trussell way out in front. That's not good, because if these guys want to, they could steamroll him when they get there.
Yeah, they get the momentum. They can just swing it wide just like that.
Oh,
he goes to block it.
What in the
That's
world?
risky.
Yeah, that got very, very sketchy.
And you got Randy Wood on the bottom trying to enter on the low side into 1 underneath Eric.
Top 4 singled out, everybody else 2 by 2.
Eric's leading that outside lane, trying to get a charge back to the front.
Might be a good spot if he can get enough people to go with him.
Randy Wood's trying to look low again.
Yep. Taking advantage of that apron, but I think the re-entry off the apron really hurts him.
It takes your angle away for turn 1, and that's what we've seen with B3. I think it just pushes the truck up the hill if you don't get some kind of arc into the corner. Yeah,
I think the way that it's set up, I think it makes the truck a little too tight. And I think it's going to cause, a slide up the hill every time, kind of like what the 87 does here. There's no forward bite on it.
No.
So, and that might be what we're seeing. Eric's still trying to claw his way forward. He's got B3 behind him, but out front.
Oh!
Oh no!
I think he would have been okay until...
We'll come back and take a look.
Yeah, that broke the left front off of Eric's truck.
Let's go blimp. Looking to see what happened here, because he was way ahead of B3. Oh, Randy Wood just makes contact ever so slightly. He tries to get away from Eric so he doesn't shoot him back up the hill. Which Eric's... Oh, boy. Man.
Yeah, Eric was okay until
Ryan got a piece of him.
Ryan tried to miss him, and Eric was trying to get out of the way at the same time, and they just met.
Yep. Yep. Eric's truck almost ballparks Ryan Perone. So, well, now we're going to start to see some difference of opinion again. You know, we're 53 laps in. They can't make the end here.
No. And you got a couple guys that stayed out here.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Josh Laughlin stayed out. Maybe he decided, you know what? We can't make the end. Let's keep it light. Let's stay up front, pit one time, and then make the end.
Well, one driver these guys didn't want to see on the lead lap. Aiden Laney.
That is true. That is true. Well, we're going to have little under 30 laps to go. Yeah, maybe if you clutch the ever living crap out of it, you might be able to make the end, but I highly doubt it. I just don't see it happening from here.
Just under 30. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. You're going to have to play the draft perfect. You're not going to want to be in front at all.
Yep. Oh, Rickle. Rickle. I heard that.
Field doubles up here.
Sounds like they're trying to get things floated out. Somebody trying to get an EOL.
No.
All right. Let's get that off screen. Well, do we make it green flag from here on out?
If we go green, the two I'm keeping an eye on are two in the back, which is going to be Aiden Laney and Joe Sullivan. Those are the two you're not going to want to count out here if this goes long.
I think you're right. See if these guys can go clean to the end. If they do, we're going to see pit stops out of everybody because, like I said, I don't think a lot of people can make it to the end. Green flags in the air and we're off.
Great jump by the inside line.
It's been very, very interesting as to who gets the better drive. It kind of floats back one line or the other.
I can tell you the top lane's more organized.
That is true.
As Riley Romeo goes to the lead around the outside.
Randy Wood behind him.
And just like that, sneaking into the picture, the two cars on the tail end of that top line.
Yep, I see Joe Sullivan and Aiden Laney. I was looking to see where Connor Walbeck is, but everybody's moving around so freaking much. Oh, as we got one on the wall. They keep it rolling.
Connor right now is on the inside line on the inside of Aiden Laney.
Ah, yes, I see him now way back there. Your points leader's marred in about 14th position right now.
That's not a bad place to be. Not if you're trying to save fuel.
Oh, Randy Wood's down below the white.
He's pitting.
Is he pitting? Maybe he decided pitting now instead of, you could make it probably from here.
Yeah, but without help, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think that's an early pit. Juan Velez to the lead. Your Daytona winner.
He's had a bad couple strings those last couple weeks.
Yep.
If he can get back-to-back restrictor plate races, that's going to boost his confidence up.
I think so as well. See if Juan can get it done. He's got Jackson Duke right behind him. Starting to see some drivers we haven't seen all night. So I think, Atlanta definitely gives you all sorts of interesting racing for sure.
I see Sullivan and Laney starting to move their way forward in that outside lane. As everyone jumps to the bottom lane, the outside lane keeps moving forward.
Yeah, I like, that's why I said earlier at the start of the broadcast, I don't think the bottom lane's where you want to be. I really think you want to be in that high lane.
I also think it depends if you got someone you trust. We saw earlier with Rickle and Laney, when they were able to hook up together, they made that bottom lane strong.
Yeah, for sure.
They're coming up on a lap car right here, which is Miller. He's gonna hang it to the bottom.
Ooh, he didn't hang it to the bottom enough.
They got a little sketchy. Still sketchy.
Yeah.
They all clear him.
That got real sketchy there for a hot minute.
As I said, those two names, Aiden Laney has found Rickle again in the back of this pack.
Yep, and he's hooked up with B3 too. At least I think that was B3. Or is that Taco that they're hooked up with?
Let me check.
That looks like Taco.
It's Taco.
Rickle's talking to me from the racetrack. Juan Velez.
B3 is 2 cars ahead of them.
That's what it was. Their trucks are so close. I can't tell unless I can see the look-alike mail truck logo. Is Jackson Duke's gonna try to take it to the outside over Juan Velez? Juan keeps hanging that bottom lane. Now the question is, when do you start to see guys pit? As we got Joe Sullivan 3 wide into 1. Oh, and Sullivan eats the wall, and that collects a bunch of them.
Well, that throws fuel strategy out the window.
Yep, that kind of ruined that, didn't it? We're going to go look for Joe Sullivan, and we're going to go from the blimp, roll it back. So Joe shoves it 3 wide as we come out of the tri-oval. And he drifts right up. Tyler Staton is right there. Yeah, look like just a racing deal of...
Yeah, if you look closely, when he goes to the high side, Stratton gets loose, and then he's trying to straight, and then I think he tries to tuck in behind Sullivan, and
it didn't work out.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be in that high line. No one's been able to make that high line work, so he was trying to tuck in as quick as he could.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to go see how bad Sullivan's truck is. Oh, man, that thing is beat. No nose, no fender. Right side of the truck, just... He looks like Mikey after Mikey tumbled in the Napa Chevrolet.
It's never a good look.
Looks like Dennis at Michigan a couple of years ago.
Hey, I still pulled that out for a top 3.
Yeah, we got everybody coming down.
Garrett Bobo is going to get one of his 5 laps back.
Well,
So
now's the time to get it back if you can. I think Juan took fuel only.
This is going to be the battle off pit road that I think is going to be the important one, because we've seen track position is key.
Yeah, track position's been huge tonight. You're not, as we've seen, these guys try to get it up the middle, and it just bites them. I mean, look at what happened with Joe Sullivan there just a minute ago. So, Joe must have had a fast repair. Yep, he had a fast repair. We got the 2 truck going to take a wave around here. So we'll go green with about 15, 16 to go. No, about 14 to go. I think we see one more caution before this thing's over, though.
They do have... I don't see any green white checkers in the rules here.
I think they had 3.
Normally it says, and it's not saying.
It doesn't say anymore.
No.
Not in session, it doesn't. We'll see if Rickle can tell me.
It's weird.
There are 2. Thank you, Rickle. I thought there was 3. I guess I was wrong. What's what you get for... Oh, it was Connor that told me. Okay, because I know you're both listening. You both... when I'm talking, you both sound kind of the same. Oh my God!
Hey, sometimes I sound more Canadian than some of you. So
sometimes you sound like a full blown Youper. He's got a moose in his hoose and it's loose. I wish these guys could hear Rickle. Oh man! All right, well, Juan Velez is going to kick this thing back off. Does your points leader have...
Travis Trussell get some good jumps on these restarts? Can you get another one here on this outside lane?
He very well might. We'll have to see what happens with your points leader. He's sitting 3rd on that high lane. Trussell with another great jump. Does he clear Juan Velez, though?
He does. That's going to leave Aiden Laney out to the high side with no help.
I'm pretty sure that's what Trussell wanted to see, quite honestly. We've got the 08 of Jackson Duke jumping up there to help Aiden. So we'll see if they can get things rolling. The 51 of Travis Trussell continues to lead. 13 laps to go. Man, there's a lot of shuffling out of that 45 truck. Holy moly. Aiden Laney to the lead.
Seems like these things are getting dartier and dartier the longer this race goes on.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to put the weather up. It's 65 degrees in the air, but I don't have... The track temp's still at 70. So I don't think that that's really the case of, a track temp issue, right?
Well, look at the 2 on the high side who have found themselves yet again.
Yeah, Rickle and Laney. So we'll see if they can really push to get there. They've got the 430 of Cameron Taylor right behind them.
Going to be 11 to go at the line this time.
Jackson Duke leads at the line. My God.
Man, the way these guys fan out in that quad oval scares me every time.
Yeah, I'm starting to think some guys are mirror driving more than they're driving out the windshield right now. Like, holy cow.
Oh,
Aiden
wide going into 3.
Aiden Laney, your leader at the moment. Rickle trying to get some air as they try to clear the inside lane. They are staying more in line through the trial, and I think that's where they're making their time.
Yep. Now they're going to switch back to that bottom.
Yep. Yeah, I think just the fact that
these two are so strong in a line, it doesn't matter what line they're in.
I just think the fact that they're running together. They're not in the trial, they're not trying to run apart. And that's the key. Because when all these guys fan out, that's when Rickle and Laney start to pull ahead.
3 wide going into 1.
That's going to be bad news bears in a second.
Oh, there's contact. They keep it straight.
Oh, the 77 to the outside wall. We're going to stay green. That was Riley Romeo. Yeah, Rickle is just pushing the dog snot out of that 13 truck.
Connor's stuck back in 8th right now. Couple trucks on the outside.
We're gonna have 7 to go at the line, so some of these guys are gonna have to start making some moves if you want to make it to the front.
Yeah, I'm seeing back by Connor that checkup I was talking about earlier. It's still bad even with these guys full song.
Yeah. Travis Tressel is trying to get back to the front on the high lane by himself yet again, but I just don't think he's got the run off the corner to pull the side draft off like he did the last time.
And one thing I've noticed in this truck tonight too, with what we've experienced in the ARCA car, I see a lot of side pull. Like when you go to side draft someone, it pulls the truck left and right.
Right.
And I think that's why we've seen so much dardiness in this quad oval, because when they fan out, the arrow pulls these trucks every which way.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the fan out's causing some weird things to happen. You know, and it like we've been saying, the two that have been hooked up the entire time, they're following each other almost dead perfect. You know, you see a little bit of a sneak here, a little bit of a sneak there just to be able to get some air, but they're not fighting against each other. They're working forward as one. So,
yep.
Connor Wolbeck trying to get that second lane motate, and I don't know if he's still got some damage or if we're waiting to see kind of a momentum build. But
that top lane, every time they've tried getting it going, it just falls apart again.
Yeah. Yeah, Connor left out to try
this pitch here again. Joe Sullivan.
I see him coming. Let's see, B3 in the mix, Tacos in the mix.
Sullivan's going to slide up here, and he's going to try to push Connor to the front.
They've worked well together in the past.
If I have anyone behind me, I trust Joe.
Yeah, I would say that. You know, Rickle holds a pretty solid wheel, too. B3 going to jump up with him. Got a lot of guys trying to make it forward.
3 wide.
Man, B3 got put to the wall.
That was Connor saying, I gotta go.
I don't know if B3 just missed the corner, if it was a net code shove. 2 to go at the line. Now we're going to see the heat turned up on the Dancing Chicken. It's all or nothing now, and when they cross the line, all your friends are out the window. It's all for one and one for all.
With Aiden and Rickle here, where do you make the move of your Rickle? You don't want to pull out too soon to let anyone behind you make a run, or do you just stay married with them and say, I've worked with you all race, I'm willing to take a second? I think you stay married to him until literally the last second. Oh, and it happens behind Rickle. There goes the 08 truck in the 40. Connor Wolbeck's going to pull to the side of Rickle. Down the backstretch we go. Joe Sullivan with Wolbeck. Can they make the run? They've got the side draft. If Joe keeps shoving, the impossible is possible. 2 wide as we get ready to come off of 4. Aiden Laney leads off the corner. Connor to the high side.
And it looks like Laney got it. I think Rickle pulls off second and Wallbeck third. Dennis, could you confirm?
Yes. Yep, Laney, your winner. Rickle's going to be second. Connor's going to come all the way back to third.
Damn. And his truck was destroyed. All right, as we wait for our results, which are good to go. Those are practice results, so we'll go back to race results. Aiden Laney going to come home your winner tonight. Kyle Wilson is going to come home second. Connor Walbeck third. Josh Laughlin's fourth. Joe Sullivan fifth. Taco John in sixth. B3 seventh. We've got Juan Velez in eighth. Travis Tressel ninth. Jackson Duke is 10th. Damon Pacheco is 11th. Andrew Winans 12th. Cameron Taylor 13th. Riley Romeo 14th. Garrett Bobo 15th. We'll move this back a little bit further so you can see the rest of the field for the night. Overall solid drive tonight by Aiden Laney. Him and Rickle were they were tied at the hip. So I think those guys did one hell of a job tonight.
I think that partnership, like I said earlier, that all started in practice. They were working great in practice together. I think they found out we got a chemistry, and they ran through it from the race. And from the get-go, you could tell they were strong together. They battled from the back of the pack to the front, from the back to the front multiple times.
Right. I think like I said, overall the racing was absolutely epic tonight. It is Atlanta, things get a little interesting. But it does race fun in certain vehicles. So it looks like we got Josh Dillaha in the green room. We're gonna pull him up for a second. Oop, as I apparently try to move I don't want to move him. I can't pull Josh in. Josh, if you're watching, or Dennis, if you want to drop down there and tell him to just stroll on in, I can't move him for some reason. I think probably because he's an admin and I only got certain rights. So he could jump on up if he wants. But all in all, I think the racing went really, really well tonight. There's, like I say, certain cars race really well here. And I think the trucks are one of those deals that they just race that damn good here. And now we're joined in booth by Josh Dillaha here. Josh, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Hey, I know us race directors hadn't had a chance to talk with everybody. We just want to stop in, tell you how much of appreciation we have for you, and we're trying to put on a good show for everybody.
I gotta say, me and Dennis were talking about this before he jumped down to grab you. I don't necessarily care for the way that New Atlanta always runs, right? It can be funky at times, but I think the trucks put on the best show here.
They typically do. It's like any other super speedway, though. You got to watch out for that big one. Slightest moves can cause the biggest catastrophes, but a lot of our drivers were able to catch a lot of it. There were some of the races, that were, weren't preventable as far as the wrecks, but everybody kept their composure, ran some good clean lines, and was able to get a lot of laps turned where we had green flag stops.
Yeah, I definitely think that seeing green flag stops at New Atlanta, that doesn't happen very often, whether it's an NIS or a regular truck series race, that sort of thing. So definitely kind of cool to see happen. One thing that I do want to touch on, and you don't have to elaborate too much. I want the viewers to understand the kind of league that you guys are trying to run here. And I know there was a situation during practice that happened that had to kind of weed itself out. Didn't know if you guys wanted a chance to speak on that or not.
Oh yes, we'll keep it short for the audience. Yeah, Race YESCAR and YESCAR League, we are a group that is respectful. We do not put up with any kind of racial or anything like that, or any of derogatory statements. So we typically try to warn everybody when they make one. Usually it clears itself up, but in this case, the gentleman kept going, and it kind of put the icing on the cake for him. It's unfortunate. But we hold the utmost respect to everybody who races, all nationalities or disabilities in that case, and we give everybody an opportunity.
I like it, and it's something I kind of touched on during the broadcast too. I try to keep the stream chat as family friendly as we can. I mean, yeah, we get a little loose at times, but from my side of the house, I try to make sure that drivers don't get called out. I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion, but at the end of the day, it's for the guys that are in race to watch it. It's for the families at home to watch and bring a good show from all fronts.
Correct. We want to make sure that we build a safe atmosphere for everybody to watch, whether they're an iRacer, or they play NASCAR 25 or any kind of racing game like that. We want to make it a family-friendly event for everybody.
Agreed. So, well, on that note, Dennis, thoughts on the race tonight?
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, every time you watch the trucks, it doesn't matter what track they're on, they always put on a show. And with the little twist of fuel mileage, it makes a short race just that much more hectic. And
for sure.
I think when it comes to strategy, and the fuel strategy in its own, it creates a different level of stress. Like sitting on a track like this with the super speedway, you already have the stress of being in a super speedway, but adding, hey, I can only go 20 laps at 1.5 miles
right
on fuel.
Right.
Where do I pit? When do I sit in the draft? When do I save? When do I push? There's so many things that have to go through your mind all at once while you're driving in a pack.
Yeah, I definitely would say so. Josh, I think you guys have created something like it's almost like I would say like a necessary chaos kind of thing. Like I said, because it is short on the fuel run, so you have to pit. And we've seen, this is race number 3 that we've broadcasted. We've had green flag stops in every one of them.
Yeah, that was one of the big points we wanted to touch on, especially from our previous season. We opened it up to where they would at least have a couple stops. But however, it got to the point where, you knew those cautions were coming out. You could easily grab fuel and make it to the end if the green flag persists. So we decided to go back to the drawing board and shake it up even a little more by reducing the fuel limits even more. So that way you got the mind thinking, okay, do you think there'll be a caution, or do you think I'll have a group of people that's going to go and take that same green flag stop? It just shakes the whole strategy up and keeps everything interesting.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It makes it even interesting for us up here in the booth, because I can usually tell you, 40, 50 laps, we're going to pit. It kind of throws those numbers out the window. And now I'm sitting back here, with a calculator going, can they make it? I don't know. So I think it definitely makes it exciting for everybody at home. But all right, well, leading into next week, we're headed to the Roval, correct?
That is correct. Oh yes, the nice new Roval. We're gonna get everybody out there, give it a shot. It's gonna be a different dynamic compared to what they've been racing. And of course, you probably saw, as far as our schedule, we did space out super speedways, so
right,
that kind of shakes it up even more. So we'll be happy to see everybody at the Roval.
So I have to first ask if you're insane, because I'm not a big fan of the Roval, but it looked like, from what I saw, a little bit different rules for the Roval than what most people are used to with road courses, correct?
Yes, it's a little bit different. Of course, you do have certain limits and boundaries and stuff like that when it comes to road course racing, and it's going to shake it up and dice it even more. Of course, that's where a lot of your drivers that are more strategically bound in road course, you may see them come out and shine a little bit more.
Well, and then you guys are going to do one caution instead of just letting it go caution free the whole time?
That is correct.
Okay.
The only time we'll really throw a big caution is if we have like a very large pileup, and that's just a safety concern. I understand that, you know, it is a long road track, but we want to make sure that, you know, everything's situated and everybody's on the right path before we just open the track back up.
Right. Nope, I get that. I think it's going to make for some decent race, and I know, you know, Roval usually has some pretty good stuff. Hopefully we don't see anything like the actual truck series this year. So, but I think we're going to be all right there. But so we should be back, I would think, Thursday for that. If not, I'll get the replay from Josh. Hopefully I get to tag out from hunting before you guys go racing on Thursday. But on that note, guys, this is where we're going to sign off for the night. Remember, we're going to have Dennis back in the booth on Monday night with the late models. So he'll be here for that. I'm going to head off into northern Michigan and see if I can't go bag a buck. So hopefully we're done by Monday. If not, you know, we've got a couple extra days. I got vacation. But until then, guys, have a good weekend. And we'll catch you guys all on Monday for sure.